You know, baby, the World Series of Poker 2009, if I made less than $4 million, I would have quit my job. I would never play poker again. Take that, baby.
He's not going to make $4 million, and he's not going to retire. And I'll lay 100 to 1 on that.
I don't think he's going to retire. $4 million?
I don't believe it. 100% I don't believe it. Of course he can't retire.
I think he must have been drinking quite a bit that night. I mean, more than normal, which is saying a lot. I mean, no one can think that they're going to make that much money, and even in a year. I mean,
he's my bull and all, but that's very tough to do. But you never know. It's good to have high hopes, but that's really high hopes right there.
I know what I think.
I mean, I just heard it, and I love Scotty, but I think he's had way too many Coronas lately. Well, you know, I love you, Scotty.
But
chances are you ain't making $4 million.
If he makes $4 million, he's gonna keep gambling, and if he doesn't make $4 million, he's still gonna keep gambling. But I mean, there's a good chance. There's a chance he'll make it. There's few tournaments that first prize is over $4 million. So, I mean, all he had to do is make the final table in the World Series. But he can do it.
He doesn't have a chance, most likely, because that's a ridiculous amount of money. And no, he's not quitting and retiring from poker because he has 417 kids he's got to feed.
I have to keep my promises, you know, baby. But if I can do something like that at the World Series, baby, and then the horse event and then the main event, they will add up. They gotta get more than $4 million, baby. Especially this one right here. Thinking about my wife and kid, you know. They trust me so much. They believe in me, you know. I cannot let them down.
I mean, Scotty's a good guy, but that's just random babbling that happens to people who get inebriated.
I think that given the last two final tables that Scotty has won and what his behavior was, I think poker would probably be better off. So I know which way I'm rooting.
I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, I thought it was a joke at first. But, if he makes $4 million, fine. As long as he doesn't act like a douchebag when he gets drunk at the final table.
You know, I can't imagine ever not playing the World Series of Poker myself. So it's going to be a hard retirement to stick to should he not make the $4 million. And that's a lot of money to try to make during the series. But if anyone can do it, Scotty can.
Well, I think we'll see Scotty again. I don't think he'll be out of action, whether he wins it or not.
You know, I mean, Scotty can play poker, but to make a statement like that, basically, I mean, you got to win the main event, really, or finish second. Finish second or win the main event, you know, to make $4 million at the World Series.
Sure, he has a chance, but it's going to be so hard. He has to literally place in the top 5 in the main event. That's about the only way to make $4 million.
Scotty, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it'll be very tough for you.
He's actually on my table. He seems solid and a good player, but I think we might be seeing Scotty retiring. I don't think we'll be seeing him on the scene after the World Series.
You know, there's nothing impossible when you put your heart, your mind, your soul into it. You know, your self-confident. You know what I mean? And I know my game is only getting better. You know what I mean? I'm 46 years old now. People you know, some young kid think like Scotty is not like the old Scottish no more, but they didn't know I'm more dangerous than ever. You know, baby. So you know, it's all good. You know, you like I said, you have to love the game and confident and to say something like that, and I can feel it. This is my year. I can feel it, you know.
I think he has no chance of making $4 million. I'll lay 50 to 1 he doesn't make $4 million at the World Series. I'll tell you what. I'll lay 5 to 1 he don't make $4 million in the next 2 years. 3 years. 3 years. I'll lay 3 to 1 you don't make $4 million in the next 3 years. There you go. You fucking guys crazy.